Hey there, I'm Coach Jesse and I love using ball mastery as a way to build connection between the player and the ball. Today I'm going to show you 5 ball mastery moves that I use in my sessions on a regular basis, and they're guaranteed to show up in your games. They teach the players to have rhythm, have confidence with the ball, and ultimately have a good touch. As I always say, tactics are useless without technicals. So let's make sure we get our players thousands of touches every practice and outside of our practices, and these moves should help do that. So let's get going. There's several ways I do ball mastery. First one is I gather all the players around me and spread them out a little bit so they have space between each other. And then I demonstrate the activity and then have them all do it. I call that Simon Says. So there's that version, and then there's one where they're around you similar to that, but they're dribbling around with the ball doing moves in an active way rather than a stationary or a standing way. Another one which I do with my players, I have them more organized where they're all on a line and they all go out to a line or a set of cones, and then they can do that same move in reverse, or else they turn around and do a different move on the way back. That one we call there and back again. All right, first up is shuffles. This should be a staple in every coach's ball mastery repertoire. You start by jogging behind the ball, and then you step up to the ball and you're still jogging in place and you're touching the ball every time now, tapping it back and forth. Young players need to know how to do this if they want to be able to dribble on a soccer field. So several ways we can do this. We can do it all in one spot like we're doing here. Another way we can do it is have the players jogging forward with the ball doing this move, and then have them do it going backwards as well. That just adds more control for them. Something you should always do with your players is have them get their head up, look up while they're doing this. So they're using their peripheral vision. If you want to have a little bit more fun with the players, have them close their eyes for 10 seconds and see who still has control of the ball. Okay, toe taps, that's the next one. This one really helps with coordination and rhythm and spatial awareness. And I also tie in soul rolls with this because they're similar. You're touching the ball with the bottom of your feet, which is an essential part of dribbling in soccer. So make sure your players are comfortable using the bottom of their feet. And then you can add in soul rolls where you're dragging it back and forth, just passing the ball between both feet with the bottom of your feet. If you want your players to have some fun at this point, you can pair them up and do toe taps at the same time. So 2 players, 1 ball, toe taps. And you can even do around the world with that as well, which is a lot of fun. You can even have them do soul roll passing between pairs at this point. So there's lots of variations you can add to these ball mastery moves just to mix it up and make it interesting throughout your sessions throughout the season. All right, the next one is double tap slides, which is actually a combination of the previous 2 shuffles and a soul roll. As you can see, my body is shifting as I do this. So this is where the rhythm comes in. Ball mastery is kind of like a dance. You're dancing with the ball. So in games, when players are under pressure, they're going to need this side-to-side movement. So this really helps in that aspect. All right, the croquetta, also known as the Iniesta. Players can use this to get out of tight situations, to avoid players' feet, and you can actually show them and walk them through how is this going to be used in a game. You can have a defender come up and start sticking their feet out. Well, this will get around that foot, and that's why Iniesta and Messi use it all the time. All right, lastly is the L-turn. The L-turn is where you drag the ball back behind your leg and then pull it forward for your other leg, and then you can repeat that with the other leg. The thing that's great about this is they lose sight of the ball, but they still need to have control of the ball, and that's key in soccer. And this is actually a move that you can use in your games where you get out of tight spaces. Try these 5 moves with your players and see which one challenges them the most. If you like this content, I am Coach Jesse. Subscribe to the channel and like the video, and we'll see you in the next one.